So here's the actual study that I cited in that video. You can see in red up there that the chemotherapy that they tested inhibited the number of lung mets by 70%. Then in orange, you can see that beta-glucan by itself inhibited by 44%, beta-glucan with resveratrol 67%, and then beta-glucan with vitamin C 65%. But when they combined all three natural substances together, they got 86% reduction, like you see here in green. And this shows those results graphically, right here, number of lung metastases. These two here are beta-glucan with one other substance, but this one here on the very right, that's beta-glucan with the resveratrol and vitamin C together. Now, they don't show the chemotherapy one here, but it's really close to this one here, because this is 67% inhibition, and the chemotherapy one was 70%, so it's a little bit better than that, but not as good as that one. Now, the previous graph was showing the number of lung metastases. This one is showing the actual tumor weights themselves. The one here, control, means no treatment. Then you can see how all of these different substances performed and the combination of these substances, how well they performed on tumor weight. Now, as you can see here, it's not a cure for cancer, but these are things that have proven potential for anti-cancer benefits. And the reason I say proven potential is because this is an animal study. So it's really important to remember that what happens in animals doesn't necessarily translate to humans. And you would need to have human studies for these methods to be fully proven. And this is why I also make it very clear that substances like this, they're not a replacement for cancer treatment because they're not proven. But there are certain situations, in my opinion, where considering substances like this might make sense for your particular case, especially if you have a really advanced cancer that has a really low chance of survival long term. And I say that because essentially, substances like this are still experimental. But we know that conventional treatment alone isn't enough for many advanced cancers. So why not include some of these methods? Because these methods are generally very safe. Now, it's also important to note that some of these substances might not make sense for your particular case. Women with estrogen-positive breast cancers, for example, you got to be really careful with resveratrol. But beta-glucan, for example, is probably okay for most cases, though you should check with your pharmacist and your doctor to make sure. So next time someone tells you that natural anti-cancer methods have no evidence, you could show them studies like this. It's not complete evidence, but there's definitely evidence there.